What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today we're going to be talking about some Funko Pops that I feel like are really undervalued. So let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to another Funko Pop video. Today we do have a little bit of a fun and different video. We're going to be talking about some Funko Pops that I do feel are a little bit undervalued compared to some of the other Pops in their sets, for example. It's kind of funny, this video idea came from the other day. I was looking at some Pops in my collection. I was like, wow, that one's really cheap. It has like no value. And then it dawned on me, I was like, oh, I could do a video of like Funko Pops that I feel are undervalued or have little to no value. So I figured this would be kind of interesting. And if you guys want to see another video like this in the future, make sure to leave a comment down below as well as like the video. It lets me know that you want to see more of this. And as always guys, I would love for you guys to contribute down below in the comments what is a Funko Pop that you think is undervalued or that you feel should be more valuable, whether it's in your collection or maybe you don't have it yet. What's one that you think so? So we actually do have a couple categories to talk about today. We do have some Marvel as well as DC anime as well as some television shows and things like that. So I guess we'll kind of like, let's go with the Marvel and DC first. I'm feeling Marvel and DC. So first up we do have the Arrow. So I actually do have this entire set. I think I completed the entire set maybe like a year or two ago. And I'm actually rather surprised it doesn't have more value to it given the show did end. We're probably not going to see another wave of these Pops given most of them are vaulted. Some are still not vaulted, but again, I was just relatively surprised to not see these go up more in value, especially after the ending that we did get for CW Arrow. I don't want to spoil it, I know it's like been out for a long time, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody who, on the off chance that is watching it, because it's definitely one of my favorite shows. But yeah, guys, it's definitely one of the best CW shows out there, you know, next to Smallville and a few of the other ones. So I would say, I feel like these definitely deserve to be a little bit higher up than they are. Now, some are a little bit expensive. We do have a couple $40 to $50 ones, but a lot of them are still in the like $10 to $18 range. And again, I was just super surprised. I've had this set for years now, and I just kind of expected it eventually to go up, but it's the same as the actual Flash. And here's a few Flash Pops as well, guys, that I do have. We do have Jay Garrick, he's like 10 bucks. Gorilla Grodd never really even reached $50. We do have Zoom and Reverse Flash. These four Pops from the Flash, I expected to go up a lot, especially the villains ones, and Jay Garrick. Everybody loves Jay Garrick. Even some of the other like regular Flash Pops don't have much value, and they have added onto the license in the last 2 years, but it's just kind of like, it's definitely one of the longest CW running shows. Of course, Smallville is one of them too. It's running longer than Arrow, which I wish it was kind of the other way around, because Flash has definitely gotten goofy in the last few seasons is the best way I can put it. But Zoom and Reverse Flash especially, Reverse Flash being like literally one of the best on-screen live-action like DC heroes for sure. Everybody loves him, as well as Zoom was really, really great in his arc. So I'm just surprised those two are not worth way more. Now, that is the only Zoom Pop out as well, and we have multiple Reverse Flash ones, but that's the only one from CW. I'm surprised we didn't see another kind of like iteration of it in pop form. And these are just really, really cool ones from that set, so I'm just really surprised that they're not more valuable. Now, that's all the CW shows that we do have. Let me know down below your thoughts on those. I thought about Supergirl, but I was like, Supergirl's overall not that great of a show, so I don't really feel like everybody's going out and buying Supergirl Pops. I think she only has like 1 or 2 Pops from her show, and one being the con exclusive of her that's already like $100 Pop, so it's probably not best to include that one in this video. Now also for DC, we do have Zatanna here. So Zatanna only has 1 Funko Pop, being an Emerald City Comic Con exclusive, and she's a really cool character. A lot of people really love her in the comics, so only being like $30, I'm surprised. She is a con exclusive, so she's definitely not coming back for a restock, so that's not going to kill her value, but I'm surprised. She's just not very sought after, I guess, in Funko Pop form apparently, but $30, I mean, it's still a good, you know, hefty price there. $30 is $30. And Zatanna's just a really, really cool magician and hero in the DC universe, so I just kind of expected her to be a little bit more up there personally. Now for Marvel, guys, we do have 2 X-Men Pops, and that's X-23 as well as Logan here. So the last Wolverine movie that we did actually see was Logan, which did feature Old Man Logan. This Pop didn't actually really spike from that, and we didn't get any other, you know, Pops from that movie, so these are literally the only 2 iterations of the characters in Pop form. And with both of them being the main featuring characters in that Old Man Logan movie, X-23 and Old Man Logan really are only like roughly $30 Pops, and I'm just really surprised because some of the other Logan Pops and Wolverine Pops out there are like hundreds of dollars, and this is probably one of his lowest next to like the common. Now both of them are exclusives, Old Man Logan being NYCC exclusive as well as X-23 a Toys R Us exclusive, both vaulted, so it's just kind of like, I'm surprised these are not worth more. I only own Old Man Logan. I don't even have X-23. I was looking at it, I was like, huh. I don't own her, and I own a statue of her, but I don't have a pop of her, and I really thought I did. I was looking through my collection. Apparently, I don't even own her. So I'll probably pick her up fairly soon here. But either way, yeah, I was really surprised on these. And a few of the older X-Men as well, but those are steadily climbing too because of the new Doctor Strange movie, so I decided not to include those. But these two the most, especially for like the Wolverine kind of like franchise there, I was just really surprised because they're really cool pops. Now next up, guys, we do have a fun one, and this is Family Guy. Now Family Guy, I grew up watching Family Guy, American Dad, and you know, TV shows like that, little raunchy TV shows and things like that, but they're actually not worth much. I will say though, their molds are really weird on these, so maybe that's what dissuades a lot of people, because we have two Stewie Pops as well as Brian Griffin and Peter Griffin. We didn't get Meg, Chris, or Lois for some reason. I have no idea why, but they only went 4 deep in the set. They're all vaulted, and they are actually really hard to find, so I'm surprised they're not worth more given it's Family Guy. You know, Family Guy in itself should speak for these pops, but they are actively going up in price, especially Brian and Peter. I've noticed a lot of people have been willing to pay a lot more for those, so those ones are definitely up on the rise, but the original Stewies, they're still roughly around 30 bucks. I would expect some of these to be at least $75 and up. You have some of the Bob's Burgers pops actually really up there at like $60 to $100, which is kind of nuts, and some of the Futurama ones are super expensive, but Family Guy just never really gained any traction. But again, as of recent, it's kind of gaining a little bit, but there still seems to not be a mass interest in these pops, and I guess it's because of the molds, because look at Stewie though, he looks a little weird, Peter looks very weird too. Overall, how they designed these years ago, it just looks really weird, so I can understand why some people wouldn't want to buy it because of the molds. Next up, we do have Strawberry Shortcake. So one of my subscribers on Instagram actually turned me onto the set, and I was like, I didn't even realize they had pops of this. I think in the back of my head I knew, and I might have come across them, you know, every once in a while, but now that I think about it, Strawberry Shortcake, most of them are vaulted. We have some like $11 pops in this set, $12 pops, like cheap pops. We have a couple under $15 pops. And then you do have a couple expensive ones in there. You have like some 2-packs that are worth like $50 and up, $60, $70. And then you have the original Strawberry Shortcake one at like $100. But I'm just kind of surprised not all of them are around, you know, the $60 and up range, given it's Strawberry Shortcake. It's not like a crazy popular license per se. I would say for Funko Pops at least. I'm not saying it's not like a good show, or you know, most of us did grow up on that, but overall though, it's just kind of one of those licenses that are older, and they're probably never going to make pops for them again, that you would just expect them to be a little bit more in value, given they're vaulted, really hard to find, because how often do you see Strawberry Shortcake pops, you know? So it's just kind of interesting that some of these pops in this set are still around, you know, their retail prices, which is kind of nuts. Next up, guys, we do have Borderlands. Now, Borderlands is probably one of my favorite franchise games that we do have. I didn't love 3. I'm definitely going to check out the new Tiny Tina game, because that looks awesome, but absolutely love her. I want to get her a pop, but it's like 75, 80 bucks. She is the most expensive one in that set, but most of them are actually around anywhere from $10 to about $35, I want to say. They're not really expensive at all if you guys do want to check out the set. I bought 3 at a Comic-Con. It put me back about 35, 40 bucks for the 3. Not too bad at all. But I would like to eventually complete the set. One of my favorite game franchises, and I love the pops. I think they turned out really well. I was just really surprised to see that they're not worth more, especially like Handsome Jack and Lilith being a very popular character. Zero the Psycho. We have Mad Moxie and Claptrap. There's like at least 4 or 5 iterations of Claptrap and, you know, remolds, but I will say I'm just surprised at this game, because some of these are older pops, they're vaulted, they're really hard to find if you're not looking online. You know, how often are you going to come across those in a comic shop or things like that? So it's just kind of like, I was surprised, because it's a very, very popular game. They're still making, you know, additional games to that. We actually got a Borderlands 3 set of like 4 or 5 pops, which was really cool. Again, I didn't really care for that game, so I didn't pick up any of those pops. And this game's kind of similar to like some of the other games in terms of Funko Pop values, to where like the Fallout pops, for example, those are really, really low in value, most of them being $10 to $20 pops. And you just kind of expect from the Fallout franchise, you think more people would jump on those and want to actually own them in pop form. But maybe there's just not a lot of pop collector fans that are Fallout fans, you know, or maybe there's not a lot of Borderlands fans that are pop collectors per se. But you would also think that there would be a really common interest, given it's more merchandise for that actual license. But who knows? Anything can really spike a pop's value or drop a pop's value in reality. So I'm just really surprised on Borderlands especially. Next up, guys, we do have Dragon Ball Z here. So Dragon Ball Z, first up we do have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So This one, I know it's not vaulted just yet, and they also did make a glow-in-the-dark T-bundle version of it too, but this is one of like the best looking Dragon Ball Pops out there by far. Like the electricity all around him and the ripped gi, as well as the aura on his feet, and then the cuts and bruises all over him, the green eyes and the Super Saiyan hair. Like, it's just such a really cool pop, and I'm surprised. Like, it's restocked a couple times, I will say. It's probably restocked 2 to 5 times. I don't know the exact amount, but it's still roughly a $30 pop, and it's such a cool pop. I feel like definitely one of the best ones in the set, and I'm just really surprised. Then we also do have the androids here. We have Android 16, 18, and 17. Relatively surprised that nobody really jumped on these, and a lot of people did not want these. But I would say that a lot of the Dragon Ball Pops are not really valuable in a general sense, because there's a lot of them out there. There's probably like 80 of them out there, maybe a little less than that. 80 might be reaching, maybe like 70. But a lot of the Dragon Ball Pops are anywhere from $10 to $30 on the lower end of value, and then you do have the couple grails in that actual set, like Super Saiyan God Goku, or Beerus Metallic, and Red Eyes Frieza, and a few of the other like chases and things like that. But yeah, there are a lot of lower end ones. We also do have the Dragon Ball Z 2-pack Gohan and Piccolo. Now, this one's kind of like a hit or miss because it is actually the 2 commons repackaged, but it's a Funimation exclusive 2-pack here, and everybody loves Piccolo and Gohan, so I think this probably should have originally been the 2-pack that they made, and we didn't really need to see solo pops of those. But either way, I still think it's like one of those 2-packs that I thought would definitely be up there, as well as the failed fusions here. That one failed in price because it's definitely worth less than the actual retail price. According to Pop Price Guide, it's definitely probably going for more, but it's so cool. It's such a cool moment in the show as well. Maybe if they made it a pop moment, it might be worth more, you know? I believe it is vaulted now as well, but Failed Fusions, I thought that would be a real hitter, especially, I remember when a first leaked image came out of it like 2.5 years ago, something like that. I remember I was at home, or where I was living at home at the time, and I was like so excited to make this video. I was like, whoa, you know, people are gonna be so excited, and then here we are like years later, it's not really worth anything, and you know, they restocked it a couple times, but I think it is vaulted now. Either way though, these are some Dragon Ball Pops that I'm just kind of relatively surprised that are not worth more and kind of up there. Next up guys, we do have Fairy Tail here, and we do have End Natsu here. So it's a really cool pop. Maybe if they made it glow in the dark, it might be more sought after, but I was really surprised. Out of all of the Fairy Tail Pops, Gray and like Windy are worth the most. They are vaulted, but they are worth the most. This End Natsu is vaulted as well. But most of the Fairy Tail Pops in general, they're just not high valued or sought after, and I'm just, it's kind of like, it baffles me, because I was like, it's a very popular show, a lot of people love it, so many people love the new Pops, and the older ones are just not worth really anything. I don't really have any of them. I have Gray. It's just not one of my favorite shows, but you know, I do want to check it out again. But still, it's just really surprising on the Fairy Tail set, and especially it's End Natsu because it's such a cool exclusive. Next up guys, we do have the Seraph of the End set. So this is one of those sets of like an obscure anime that Funko did actually make Funko Pops of. And when I say obscure, it's just kind of like, not a lot of people know about this anime, or a lot of people watch this anime per se. I've seen it about 2 times, I want to say, and it is really, really good. So I'm surprised we didn't maybe see a wave 2 of it. Maybe it just didn't really do well in sales because not a lot of people know about it. Now, in terms of value, guys, we do have a couple of them being $40 and up, which is still pretty good, especially Mikaela there at $75. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. It's been a while. But Shino with Scythe, she's about $60, but I want to say she definitely goes for less than what's that saying. I think she's more like a $40 pop. Either way, we still do have like 2 of them around like under 15 bucks. I would say maybe if the pops were more well known, maybe if a lot of people knew more about them or watched the anime more, I feel like, and it's a really good anime, so I'm surprised these pops are just not worth more than they already are. Because we have like some Dragon Ball Z ones, which obviously is a much bigger franchise than Seraph of the End, but a lot of these are $100 pops, and then you have like this one where a lot of them are around 50 bucks. So kind of surprising, and then Mikaela being the, you know, $80 pop, the most expensive, which I was surprised about him, and not the demon form Yuichiro. That was really surprising to me. Either way though, guys, it's definitely a set that I feel like could definitely have some potential in the future to be, you know, some really good grails. Now lastly guys, we do have the Black Butler set of pops. There are 4 pops in this set, the most expensive being Sebastian here, which $80 is still pretty up there. But you also have CL, Undertaker, and Grell all around the $50 range, and every time I come across these pops, I'm like, why are they not worth more? Because you can definitely get some good deals on these, and they do have pre-releases in the set as well. And the pre-releases aren't even really worth that much more than the Pops, surprisingly enough. They're probably worth maybe anywhere from $20 to $40 more. And then you have like Naruto, for example, where his regular Pop's like 15 bucks, and then his pre-release is like 200. So that's a huge gap for a sticker. It's crazy. But the Black Butler set, it's definitely a popular anime, not, you know, mainstream like Naruto, for example, but still, it still got Funko Pops, so I'm just surprised they're not worth at least $100 each. There's only 4 in the set, it's not a very big set, and you can complete the set for, what is that? Probably around $250 if they're, you know, in really good condition, because anybody who has them is probably not charging these, you know, prices that they're saying. They're probably going to charge a little bit more, because again, it is an older vaulted set. Because a really good example is like Death Note. Those Death Note Pops, all of them are really expensive. I want to say it probably takes around $500 to complete the set now, even being only around 4 Pops, because you have Light creeping up to like $150 to $200 alone, which is crazy. And then you have Ryuk around $120, and the L with Cake, those are around $100 Pops each. So it's definitely an expensive set, and comparing it to this one, I'm just surprised that all of them aren't worth over $100 each. Alright guys, so those were my choices for this first style of video of some Funko Pops that I do feel are undervalued. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you guys agree with my choices? Do you guys disagree? Thank you to everybody on Instagram who did also help with this video. I really do appreciate it. And again, make sure to comment down below some Pops that you feel are undervalued or that could definitely be potentials for higher value in the future. I would love to know what you guys think. Now, I do want to end this video off by saying a big shout out to all the Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys rock. Thank you guys so much to everybody who's joined recently, whether you've come and gone. I really do appreciate the support either way. Thank you guys so much, seriously. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We do have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, like a lot, and updates, restocks, and things like that. So if you're interested in all that, you want to keep up to date, check out the Patreon down below. We also do have a Facebook group with almost 12,000 members, as well, guys, as we do have all my social medias where I keep you guys up to date on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Skittlerampage. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.